House Speaker John Boehner said Monday that the Boston Marathon bombings should not scuttle efforts to pass comprehensive immigration reform. Here's what he said at Fox News.
What about the immigration debate? There's a lot of talk right now that this would sideline that movement in the House or in the Senate or in Congress in general. Will it?
Well, it may for a couple of days until we understand, all right, what did our immigration system know and what didn't they know? What impact would this have on it? But primarily, I'm in the camp of, if we fix our immigration system, it may actually help understand who all is here, why they're here, and what legal status they have.
Wasn't the only one. Appearing alongside Democratic Representative Luis Gutierrez in Chicago this week, Congressman Paul Ryan said that we have, quote, a broken immigration system. And if anything, what we see in Boston is that we have to fix and modernizing. And he was pointing, of course, to national security and economic security concerns.
I actually think there's been something like a consensus over the general approach, at least, to how to fix the immigration problem the United States has right now. For a really long time, it's just been really difficult to get the votes up for it. I mean, the process that's being considered by this, the Gang of Eight bipartisan proposal right now is actually very similar to the 2007 approach that the Bush administration, got behind, which basically fell apart when Republican hardliners refused to support any sort of path to citizenship for people who are already staying here with undocumented status. And I think the Republican leadership feels a lot of pressure right now to actually do something on this front because they think it's an existential threat to the party's viability of long term. And there are people in the party who don't really care, who think that, okay, if we give up on immigration, it's the conservative view giving up, then what's the point of being a Republican? I think this is one reason why many social conservatives come to the Republican Party. But I think when you see someone like John Boehner, who is typically very, very attentive to the hard right wing of his party, saying, very openly, this is something we need to do. Yeah. I think that shows that there's a lot of pressure.
Here's my fear, Zach, and Alicia, I would love to know what you think about this too, is that the border security issue will become the point of contention.
20-foot wall would have stopped Dzhokhar Zarniov?
No. I'm not suggesting that we need
that
more.
border?
No, that's not what I mean. What I'm saying is that what they say is we'll concede to these points as long as border security is straight. But it's such an ambiguous thing. Good border security. What does that mean?
Especially because the Obama administration has already put more resources on the border than any other administration.
That's my point. So it seems like the Republicans can always say, look, yeah, we're all for immigration reform, but the border's not sufficiently secure yet. And so they can always stall and filibuster on that
That's
point.
why, though, I think the Gang of Eight agreement was really important because that means that the marker has already been set.